Have you ever heard of craniosacral therapy? I hadn't either until I gave it a try. And essentially, what it is it's just a very gentle form of therapeutic touch, kind of like massage, but much more gentle. And it is where they apply light pressure to manipulate the joints of like the skull, the neck, the spine, and pelvis in order to restore balance to the nervous system and all the other supporting structures. And I had never heard this term before, but I remember years ago I had received a massage where the therapist had done something where she applied some pressure to the back of my neck in a special way, and she held that for a couple minutes. And in those few minutes, I was able to get to a very calm, deeply restorative place, almost meditative, and it felt really good. And I mean, I remember it now to this day after having many massages since then. And it wasn't until I was going through the Andrew Weil Center for Integrative Medicine training, as part of that, I did a lifestyle series certificate in integrative medicine. And we learned about the different modalities when it comes to manual medicine and touch therapy. And that's where I learned about this craniosacral therapy. And I finally had a term and could look for a craniosacral therapist near me and start going because I remembered that massage a long time ago and I knew how good it felt. So since then, I've started going to Sari Lewis. She's a local craniosacral therapist in my area. And I see her regularly, and I've noticed I have a big reduction in the pain and tension I get in my the base of my skull, my neck, my shoulders, which any of you who suffer from stress and anxiety know that's a really common place to store tension, and as well as some help with anxiety reduction too. And so I interviewed her, asked her a couple of questions to share with the audience to give you all a better understanding of what craniosacral therapy is and how it might help you. And I'll post that in the article that goes along with this video. But to give you a general sense of what she said that craniosacral therapy is a way to calm the nervous system and tone the vagus nerve. And, her patients have experienced a reduction in pain, anxiety, even depression as a result of using her services. The idea is that it encourages healing from the inside out. And I love that type of messaging. It's very consistent with integrative medicine, which, believes that our bodies can all heal themselves. And certainly there are diseases we can't heal, we need modern medicine for. But in general, our bodies have a wonderful ability to heal themselves. And craniosacral therapy is one way that you can encourage that healing from the inside out rather than from the outside in, which is what a lot of other touch therapies like traditional massage will do. And I asked her, well, what if people can't find a craniosacral therapist or they want to just try some things on their own? And she gave a couple of really good recommendations. You can try humming, gargling, or placing ice on your wrists, all of which can help to develop additional vagus nerve tone in a way that craniosacral therapy can as well. So what does the research say about this? That's what I always like to look for. And there's been a couple of studies. I mean, there's not a ton of research on craniosacral therapy for me to go to, but there have been a couple of studies that show some really promising results. One of them used randomized control groups. So they assigned study participants, either to receive 20 weeks of craniosacral therapy or 20 weeks of a placebo treatment. And in these patients, there was a significant reduction in pain. And these patients were all fibromyalgia patients. And so we know if we can reduce pain for people significantly, then we can help with stress and anxiety. So I thought that was a really cool study. And then there was another one that was more descriptive study where they talked to people going through craniosacral therapy and tracked changes that they experienced. And there were 74% of patients who had a significant decrease in the presenting problem. So whatever they had gone to seek this therapy for, whether it was migraines or anxiety or sleep, that sort of thing. And so I think 74% who experience a successful decrease is a pretty good number. They also found that 67% had improvement in well-being or other secondary problem improved for them as well. So not only was it just the presenting problem that was better, but it was overall well-being as well as other problems that they had. And then they had, of those people who were doing it, 70% decreased or discontinued the medicine that they were taking for the presenting problem. That's pretty huge. If we can find treatments that can help with lifestyle change or other types of changes within our body, rather than having to take medicine, that's always a big plus. So I thought those were two really cool studies to look at. Craniosacral therapy is a really interesting, cool way to decrease stress and anxiety. It's a new way for many people, so I hope this will pique your interest and you can look into it as well. Maybe find a therapist near you. I'll have a link as well that Sari provided that will link to finding a practitioner in your area. So give it a try. Look into craniosacral therapy. See if it's something that you might like to try to help you reduce your stress and anxiety. This is a simple change that we can make to improve our overall well-being and build our resilience, decrease our stress and anxiety. If you like this type of topic, consider signing up for Take 5. It's my newsletter where I share simple science-based solutions for a calmer, healthier life. In the meantime, look into craniosacral therapy, see if maybe you can find someone in your area and give it a try. You might experience the same results I had, a big decrease in headaches and tension in my neck and shoulders. Let me know how it goes.